As I stated, we would be back for Monday. We have some updates. It's looking like to me this is gonna be the long game. This is again I've said it multiple times. Chess not checkers. We really did not get any answers. Things have been halted. This is not going to get us any answers immediately. This could probably be a couple of months. However, in reference to the lawsuit that the unions that are representing the federal employees, I think the last time we spoke, there was about 20,000 federal employees that accepted the buyout, the agreement. They actually have been informed to not accept the terms and the conditions or whatever of that buyout. But I checked back today, and those numbers are roughly at 60,000. Anyone that has accepted those terms, I've had a couple of followers and a couple of subscribers as well that have stated that they have accepted those terms and conditions. Those terms essentially buy out the federal employee or take care of them or compensate them until I think September of 2025. I also, there's many of us or some of us that might feel that those individuals might not get paid regardless because it's not up to the current administration to make that decision. Is up to Congress. So if Congress decides or does not disperse those funds or make those funds available to those federal employees, where is it really going to come from? And that's just kind of where we at. This is a like a power struggle at this point. This is who's going to give out, which side is going to pretty much throw in the towel. But guess who's stuck in the middle of this? These essentially the American citizens that are stuck in the middle of this. People's livelihoods, individuals' career, families, decisions that we decide on to move forward. This is not fun and games. This is not good, but this is what is being done to minimize the government, make the I guess the government smaller, cut down a lot of jobs, and also, I guess we got to cut back the fat somewhere. And so, if where you're gonna cut back the fat, you're gonna get more out of individuals. You can get more out of employees. You can get more out of individuals than essentially sending out money and funds and not getting the results that you have to get. Now, there's another side of this too, like whenever you cut these federal employees, these jobs, where are these individuals going to go to? Who knows? They do have a couple of months, or you all have a couple of months to decide on like what you do. Do you start a business? Do you go into some other venture? Do you do gig work? Do you go home and be a maid or a housewife or a house husband or whatever the case may be? Like, these are things that we have to figure out, and I stress this all the time. I've always pressed this, like, always have a backup plan, always have something else going on, because no one job is safe. Like, no one is safe, like, period. Like, if you think you're safe, you're not at the end of the day. So you should always be working on bettering yourself, bettering your situation. And this is why here at Go Ahead First, I push entrepreneurship. I push, personal development, and I push, you getting out of your comfort zone. Because guess what? If you don't get out of that comfort zone, guess what's happening now? You're being pushed out to get in that comfort zone. It's like being a bird inside of that nest. Your bird, your mother or your father is in that nest. The birds are in there eating. They're getting, eating the worms, getting the insects or whatever it may be. You being fed, you being nourished, and all that good stuff. And at some point, you got to be the person to provide and push and provide for your offspring or not, or someone else. But at some point, you have to come out of that nest. At some point, you're going to be pushed out of that nest. At some point, that storm is going to come and blow that nest over. And so that's kind of, I feel like, where we at. It's, it's never a fortunate time for it to happen, but that storm is to come. The storm is here. You're that bird in that nest. The storm's gonna blow that nest over. Your mother, your father gonna push you out of that nest, and it's time to fly. Like literally, it's time to fly. If you don't fly, hey, it might be some casualties. So it's kind of where we at with that. Then also, you have the federal employees. That's been halted as far as the buyouts. And again, Congress only have the ability to put that out. But there's also they've halted the federal funds have been frozen. So with those federal funds been frozen, and the Trump administration has been essentially told like, hey, release these funds. This, please do so. And at the same time, like there's a situation where, hey, we're not releasing any federal funds. We're going to shut everything down, and we're going to go through these different federal agencies and see, checks and balances on where these funds are going. And I can understand that as, working as an accountant for a period of time. Like when you always have something going, it's like almost taking that person that's been, or those individuals, or that person that's been, that's what's the term what's I'm gonna use, that's been, what's the term? Basically stealing money from the company. They've been in there the whole time. They just been stealing and stealing and stealing. Not money laundering, which that can happen through a business, but I forgot exactly the name. I'm having a brain fart. But you got to get rid of those individuals that's in there stealing or in there, sending money out to, different organizations. So the way you do that is you freeze the funds. And if you don't just freeze the funds, you halt funds going out. And when you halt funds come out in an audit, you find out where the issue or discrepancies are located at. And this is just a technique in business that is used to during audits. And essentially, the federal government and the federal agencies are getting audited. Like that's essentially what's going on. And some of us might not understand that, but once you stop money from going out from a different spot, or you block funds from going somewhere, the problem is going to show up where it's been going. And I can understand why the Trump administration is doing this. It sucks, but it's going to be some issues. Like right now, U.S. aid is being, hit by this. But on the other side of that, that's another thing. Like we're spending money on other countries. We're spending money on other communities. We're spending money on other, things. And we may not be taking care of our people. We have our people in the United States. You have, disabled vets. You have, the disabled. You have people on SSDI. You got people on SSI. These people could be getting those funds, but no, it's going to other countries. And I think at the same time, we need to take care of ourselves. But this is an issue, obviously, as well. So U.S. aid has been punished. You got, the federal workers that's getting hit by this. And then you halting funds from other organizations, that need funding. And if they can't get the funding out or it's been frozen, I guess we're just going to be sitting here hanging out for a while. Somebody going to win this battle. It's very unfortunate, but this is what's going on right now. As of right now, and I told you we'll come back and report on this, roughly 60,000 federal employees have accepted the buyout offer. This should cover them until 2025, September 2025. But again, it has not been approved, and Congress does that. So we're gonna see where this goes. Again, this is Terrence Brunson to go ahead first. We'll follow back up on this matter and this topic. And keep everyone in prayers. We just hope everything turn out. But like I said, got to be proactive and start being on offense and not just on defense. You all have a blessed day, night, morning, and evening.